there's something that I learned like throughout my career. If I win against myself first, I'm gonna win the match no matter what it is. If I win here, if I control my thoughts, if I know what's controllable in the game, what's not, all those little details, if I win here, I'm gonna win the game. It doesn't matter. Part of the mental preparation that I did before the Olympic qualifications, I used to write notes every single word on my phone, on my iPad, sticky notes on the wall of my room. I wrote, I'm going to qualify to the Olympics. I'm going to qualify to the Olympics every single chance I get. I have this thing where I want to be perfect at everything. It's not healthy. It's not good.
You're looking at one. Hey, I should not help it. It's hard.
No one's perfect. And I hate to be good at something and be bad at something else.
Right.
And I love both of, like, I love Taekwondo and I love nutrition.
Okay.
So I try my best, like as hard as I can, to balance between those two things. It is really difficult.
Welcome back to Beyond the Buzzer, the podcast that examines the relationship between success, adversity, and balance for high-performance athletes, hosted by myself, Aboudi Al-Katan, and Sam Douglas. Before we let the episode start, please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on this video so we can continue to bring you high-quality guests. Enjoy the episode. Rama, welcome to our show. We really appreciate you making the time for us.
Hello, guys. I'm really happy to be here, honestly. Thank you for having me.
We're thrilled to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Look, what made this so interesting and what made you an obvious guest for us is that normally a lot of the guests we deal with are towards the end of their career trying to figure out what they want to do after the sport. But you're 24, you're not even in the peak of your career, and you've already started to work and figure out what life outside Taekwondo could be. So can we start actually with the most recent development in your life, the work you started to do, what drew you towards it, and what you're finding as a way to keep you going while you still have to train at a high level?
So basically, I study clinical nutrition. So what got me in the first place to that major is in 2018 and 2017, I was losing weight. Like I have to play under minus 55 kilograms in order to qualify for the Youth Olympic Games. Okay. And I was 15, 16 years old, and I used to diet I used to put my body in starvation mode. I cut food completely, no water, like 10 days before the competition, and that felt really bad. Of course, my body was already growing, so. And every single dietitian I went to, they told me, Rama, if you stop, you're gonna gain a lot of weight. And as if they haven't studied 4 years of their life, I was like, nah, they know nothing. Nothing of this is gonna happen. So yeah, when I stopped in 2018 after the Youth Olympic Games, I gained a lot of weight. I played minus 55 kilograms.
Okay.
I reached 80 kilograms.
No way.
I swear to God.
After the competition?
After 1 week of the competition,
right.
I gained about 7 kilos to 8 kilos. That was insane, honestly.
The reason? What happened?
Because I was, I told you, I was putting my body in starvation mode. So anything that enters my body is not coming out, you know?
Oh.
So that was insane. And when I realized that what I did to my body is really wrong, I decided that I wanted to study nutrition. I wanted to benefit other people, so they don't make the same mistakes that I did. And now, after this is next year I graduate. Alhamdulillah, thank God, finally. We have this summer semester where I need to practice the clinical nutrition in hospital. So now I'm meeting patients. I know specific kind of food that I need to give specific patients that have this specific disease and those stuff.
So that's the kind of thing I wanted to actually touch into is there's so much information now about general nutrition. I think everyone on social media, a lot of them obviously have reasons to be prominent and to be advising people, but a lot of it also I think is hakifadi. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
My personal belief is that, especially as technology develops, we're all going to have very personalized, catered diets to ourselves. What works for me is not going to work for you. It's not going to work for Sam.
Of course.
Keeping that in mind, have you been able to at least generalize some trends that you think are consistent for everyone, whether it's protein intake for athletes, carbs before or after a competition? What have you found now in your recent studies that you think could help you as you go forward?
You know, now that I'm more aware, like I have so much information about this, like about nutrition in general, I can benefit even my teammates. Like before competition, we have to like eat complex carbs, for example, like 2 hours before competition, 3 hours before competition. For example, if you want to lose fat, you're gonna have to be on a high protein diet, but at the same time, like don't ignore your carbs because of course they're for fuel and energy. So now that I'm aware and I know more about the nutrients and all of those stuff, I think it made me feel better about myself. I can follow like a certain diet and be like I know what's gonna make me lose weight, what's gonna make me lose fat. How is this like how strength and conditioning is gonna be really good for your diet? All of those stuff.
So, how long have you been helping yourself through nutrition? So, have you seen a nutritionist, or you've been doing your own thing for the past couple of years since you went into this field?
Okay, so as I told you, in 2017, 2018,
Right.
I used to see a lot of dietitians, a lot of
Okay.
nutritionists, and I feel like I built like some information,
Right.
you know,
But
regarding.
when did you take control of your
Yeah,
own
when
nutrition?
when did I take control? Is I'm gonna say the second year of like me studying in uni.
Right.
I started like to even I love to read things about like what I'm like about this specific subject.
Right.
So I read a lot of stuff. I study. I do my researches, and yeah, I'm gonna say like second year. By the end of the second year, I started to be completely aware and taking control of my diet.
So, what about the JOC nutritionist that they have on staff? Do you
Yeah.
do you have access to her, or you don't really use her?
We have access to her, but our federation provided a nutritionist that we used to work with. His name is Ed from Great Britain.
Okay.
We work remotely, you know,
Okay.
but he's really good. He helped us a lot, and even he helped one of my teammates. His name is Zaid Halawani. Before his Olympic qualifications in 2020, he
Right.
helped him lose weight from 72 to 58 kilograms.
Wow.
So he's perfect, yeah. So we work with him too.
There's a lot of, and maybe you haven't gotten into this yet, but there are a lot of trends around intermittent fasting, 2-day fast, 3-day fasts, 1-day fast. I've experimented with here and there. The longest I think I've done is 48 hours, and I can say that mentally I felt the clarity, and physically it does feel as though you are cleansed. But there's also a lot of reports. Again, there's so much information on both
Yeah.
sides that say fasting actually isn't good, especially when you're training. Do you have any perspective on that? Have you experienced fasting over a 24-hour period, whether or not it makes a difference for you?
You know, because I don't like this specific kind of diet. I haven't done any researches
Okay.
about it. I know nothing really about it, but I know that it's important for patients that are cancer patients, for example. This is the only thing I know, but I'm gonna do my research and I'm gonna tell you about it. But I don't really like it because I know like in the moment you're gonna lose your weight. You're gonna lose like if you fasted for 48 hours, you're gonna lose that weight.
Correct.
But I don't feel like it's gonna stay, يثبت, you know.
100%.
Yeah, it's gonna come all back. So I
I
don't.
think it all depends on the goals of the individual.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? And I think most of the nutritionists that I worked with, they've always done the blood work and they've always done the DNA
Yeah.
tests as well.
Yeah.
And they've seen what my body will react best to.
Of course.
So fasting did not work for me.
You have
I
this
don't-
skill set now, right, from Rohi?
I do, Rauhu. So what's great about them is I actually did the blood work. I've always been on top of my vitamins.
Okay.
But this time around, I actually did blood work full on. And they were telling me, okay, you need to add this. You need to drop this.
course.
Rather than, the usual what people do will go get their multivitamins. They'll go get their B12, zinc, just because it sounds good. You
Yeah.
might not need it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always tell people blood work. It's the
course,
first, it's
of
the
course.
essential before anything. You know what I mean? Even in your field, I'm sure you got to do blood work.
I watched a reel, أفكر 2 days ago. Someone that said that he has this client. Whatever he does to her, he could never make her lose her fat. When he did the blood test and the blood work, he realized that she is really deficient in vitamin B12. I mean, vitamin B12, what is the connection? We all know like it's for your neurological.
Correct.
Yeah, but he realized that when he fixed this, her vitamin B12s, they're normal, they're in the normal range.
Wow.
She lost all the weight.
You know what frustrates me
Yeah.
about like nutrition in a way? That as soon as somebody wants to lose weight, they go in starvation mode, in which
Yeah.
I don't like as much. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's not
Okay,
suitable for athletes.
I don't eat. I wait till I get home, or I cut off carbs completely. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people are not as educated about it. They just go with the trend like you were talking about, and they think starvation is the best way to go about losing weight.
It's funny. I actually even used to really be a big believer in fasted cardio in the morning. And then what you realize is when you wake up. So for example, today before our session, you wake up and I had just like banana, blueberry, plum, and honey.
Right.
So yes, maybe I only eat like an hour before, so I arrive a little bit bloated, but that extra energy I have gives me more energy in the session, so you're probably going to end up burning more. So this idea behind fasted cardio burning probably isn't as relevant.
Right.
But just to stay on topic, I want to ask you one more thing before we maybe dial it back to the beginning of your career. Again, a big function and a big reason why Sam and I started this podcast is because even to this day, both him and I struggle with balance, right? We both try and do a lot of things, and I think we can both do a better job of taking time for ourselves. You mentioned that even though it's a semester program, you're in the middle of like a starting work at 7 a.m. and going a full day. How are you balancing that, plus the fact that you're still training to compete at your next Olympics, plus your 24, social life, family? I mean, there's a lot going on in your life.
Yeah. I started the last week. Okay. My friends immediately was like, "Where are you? Like, we don't see you this much. What is happening? Where have you disappeared?" I was like, I wake up at 7. I finish at 2 p.m. Immediately, I have training at 4. And mind you, the working days are supposed to be every single day at the hospital.
Right.
But I was like, I can't do this. I have training in the morning. So I'm going to go Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I'm going to be absent on the Sunday and Tuesday. So in Sunday and Tuesday, I train at 10. And then I have second training at 4 p.m. But if I have, the hospital thing, I'm going to finish at 2 p.m. Immediately, I have training at 4. So I'm going to need to fuel in this specific 2 hours. And then I go home, I fill up the cases that I took at the hospital, and I will be dead asleep at 10:30.
So you don't do a double session on the hospital days?
On the hospital days, no. Normally, أصلاً Monday, Wednesday, we don't have double sessions. We have head sessions like Monday, Wednesday, so it's only like one session because it's already tough.
Right.
So I took advantage of that and بداوم الصبح.
So why not just focus on your career then? Why you're putting all that extra pressure on yourself to be, you know what I mean? Because obviously your career is very important. So why put all that pressure and knowing that it's taking hours away from something that you really love and you want to succeed in?
Because, listen, if I have this thing where I want to be perfect at everything. It's not healthy. It's not good.
You're looking at one. Hey, that shit's not helping. It's hard.
No one's perfect. And I hate to be good at something and be bad at something else.
Right.
And I love both. Like, I love Taekwondo and I love nutrition.
Okay.
So I try my best, like as hard as I can, to balance between those two things. It is really difficult. I'm telling you, like, taking control of my exams and traveling all the time. I'm being away. Like sometimes I study myself. Like I teach myself stuff, you know.
Right.
Like I'm absent from the lectures. I don't go to classes because obviously I'm across the other word of the country, and I do the lessons myself. I teach myself, and sometimes like I have exams. Like I'm in the plane. I study in the airplane, and then at 9 a.m. I have an exam. So when I arrive, I immediately go to uni. So it's really difficult, but as I told you before, I love both things, and
I think they play into each other, though. I think at the end of the day, what you're doing in your outside career, like you mentioned, is going to help you excel in the ring and then also help your teammates excel. So you're actually building something that's going to help Jordan sports and specifically Taekwondo in general. But it's also interesting. I know we said we'd move on, but with nutrition specifically, it's like you can feel the benefits right away when you start to eat healthily, right? Especially when you add your greens and your fruits and your vegetables. But then you mentioned, like, let's say you have a day where you're in the hospital from 7 to 2, then you train from 4 to 7 or 4 to 8, you get back home at 9 or 10. It's very difficult to order healthy food at that time of night.
Yeah.
And so it becomes very easy that all the work you've done and all the studying you've done is undone by the fact, not because you're being lazy or not being disciplined, but because it's actually not easy to get high quality, good produce that late at night. And that's also part of a problem for me, is that you can make all the right moves, but sometimes the situations you're in don't allow you to actually, take advantage of the studying you've done.
I think athletes don't understand. Well, I don't want to say most athletes, but a lot of athletes don't understand how important nutrition is.
In our region, I would say.
In our region, especially.
Here.
Like, it makes a huge difference. Like, you can have the best day in the gym, on the court, on the mat, wherever. You know what I mean? You go home and you don't get the right nutrition, you're screwed for the next day.
Of course.
You killed your energy for
Even
the
if you
next day.
don't eat the right amount, let's say, for
Right.
example, protein after your gym session,
Correct.
all of that is going to go to waste.
Or if you don't have it within 30 minutes. You know, there's so
Of course.
many
Right.
things
Yeah,
that...
yeah, yeah.
And you can get away with it when you're younger, but when you get a little bit older, you feel it, right?
Yep.
You start
Of
to
course.
feel like I didn't actually eat well today.
Right.
Or for me, the biggest one I feel, and I always freak out even though I know it's the same solution, is like if I'm a little bit dehydrated, then all the old injuries I've had start to creep up on me a little bit. So even last night, I'm lying in bed and I feel like, oh, I'm going to tear my hamstring because it's tight, you know?
So it's not age or anything?
I mean, by the way, he's 47 talking to me, all right? I'm 31 in 2 weeks. Let's get out of here.
What I would tell you is I was freaking out of carbs when I retired. Most of my peers...
And what? Like what term?
Just most of my peers, when you look at them after retirement, they gain weight.
Yeah.
And they don't go in the right direction. So I've always wanted to maintain a certain lifestyle. And I remember I started I started going away from carbs and started eating less. And I struggled maintaining muscle mass
Yeah, of
till I
course.
actually eventually I'm like, yo, screw this. I'm not doing my own. I'm not going to be my own nutritionist. I need to go see a specialist.
Okay.
And I did. And they brought my love into
Back to
carbs
carbs,
again.
yeah.
And I appreciate it now. I function better. Much better, especially when
Yeah.
I have my carbs in the morning.
It's
and
timing,
for
by the
lunch.
way. It's really
Yeah.
timing, honestly. Like even on days where I used to fast in the morning and then go have carbs, not till 2, but if it was the
Right.
first thing I'd eat,
Right.
I would crash after lunch. So you have to also know how to prime your body. Like my personal belief, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that you should either break your fast in the morning with fruits and honey and stuff like that, or with protein.
Because of the insulin spike.
Exactly.
Right,
Yep.
right.
Right, and that's why the whole red wine vinegar, or apple cider vinegar trend happened because it
Yep.
reduces the blood,
Right, right.
all these things. Right, so
Right,
there
right.
are also is methodology behind some of these
Right,
trends.
right.
But for me, the carbs question is so funny because the macro view is carbs are bad. Only have carbs the night before a race
But
or a
that's
training.
our social media talking all
Exactly.
that stuff.
But then,
about
as you said, for example, like the pasta you ate from your meal plan 2 days ago
Yeah.
looked fucking great.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
so
no.
it's timing and it's portions and
Right.
it's what's made of them, and it's
like I can't operate no more. Like my brain functions so much better when I have carbs in the morning with my
course.
eggs. And I used to eat 2 eggs in the morning, and he started laughing at me. So now I'm at 4 eggs
Yeah,
and
by
with
the
my
way,
Oh, really?
carbs.
Say,
Yeah, because I'm telling you, I was panicking.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like I just didn't want to go that route.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, but I mean, I really appreciate having the right nutritionist
course.
that can help me go that route and understand that food is not your enemy.
Of course.
If you do it right,
Yep.
you'll enjoy food. I love food.
Yep.
I think we probably could do an entire episode on nutrition and food, but let's dial it back a little bit to the beginning. So I know that there was basketball before there was Taekwondo, and I know that your parents had interesting reactions to when you first started. But before we get into that, can you tell us a little bit about your first experience with the sport or with sports in general, and at what point you realized that this is something you can maybe take seriously as a career?
Yeah, so about basketball, I used to for fun with school,
Okay.
but it not like quite get my attention as much as Taekwondo.
What age are we talking about?
14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was so
Okay.
young. So how I started Taekwondo, it's a bit of a funny story. First of all, my brother used to go to this Taekwondo club. Mind you, I'm 2 years older than him.
Okay.
I used to, one day, like, I went with him, and I saw a girl beating the hell out of a boy in sparring, okay? And I remember that I immediately fell in love with the sport. I don't know why. Was it the kicking? Was it? I don't know.
Was it
But
the self-defense,
was
maybe?
It yeah, maybe. I don't know, really.
Okay.
But I fell in love with the sport immediately, and if you can see it in my eyes, like heart eyes, the emoji?
Yeah.
Right.
Immediately. And I remember going back home, and I told my father, like, come on, just let me sign in. I want to participate. And he was, every Arab parent. Yeah, he was like, no, I don't want you to hurt yourself. Like, I'm scared for you. This is a sport for boys. I will never forget this word.
Yeah.
And then the second day I went with my brother as well to that club. The coach that was there, he saw me. And I think he saw how was like I was looking at them, how they trained. And my father came to pick us up. The coach told him, listen, I can see it in her eyes. She's going to be a champion. Just let her try.
You hadn't done anything at this point. You just-
Nothing.
Wow.
She's going to be a champion. Just let her try. I can see it in her eyes. My father was like, okay, but it's all on you. And the next day, I never skipped not one session.
Wow.
Nothing. And 1 year later, I'm with the Jordan national team, the cadet national team.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was crazy. Crazy.
Wow.
What?
Go ahead. No, walk us through that journey. How were you able to do it in 1 year? Like,
Yeah. So basically, I was that was in 2014.
Okay.
Okay. So I think I had 1 year left to participate in the cadet category. Okay.
Cadet is under 16.
Under yeah, from I think from 12 to 15.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had 1 year left. And my coach said to me, listen, I'm gonna, you know, we have belts, like white belt, and then you're
Right.
gonna go up with the test. So he was like, I'm gonna make you jump belts. I know you're good. I know you're capable of winning. So I'm gonna make you jump to the black belt. We're gonna do the test. If you pass, you're gonna play at the qualifications, like the Jordan qualification.
Wow.
And if you win, you're gonna be in the national team. I was like, okay, let's do it. I did not even had a tiniest idea of what a national team means, you know, nothing. I competed like my first competition after I got the black belt. He
Right.
wanted to prepare me before I compete in Jordan. We went to United Arab Emirates in Fujairah, and I fought my first ever competition. I played 4 matches and I got gold.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
and that was my first match ever.
Can I ask though? So because when you're training for the belts, if I'm correct, it's
Yeah.
a lot of memorization of moves and there's like a flow to it, but it's not exactly teaching you how to compete in the ring.
No.
So how do you translate from jumping belts and skipping what a lot of people go through on a step-by-step process into competing in the ring and winning four matches in your first competition? Like that to me seems crazy.
Yeah, okay. So, you know how in the club we have like separate sessions. So if you're like cadet, you're going to have your own session, and then
Right.
for the juniors and for the black belts. So my coach, when I was a green belt, and when I was a brown belt, he jumped me, like he made me train with the black belts, like with the seniors. He was like, just go train with this specific girl or with this specific boy. I used to get hit, but I did not mind it because I knew that I was developing and stuff,
Okay.
you know. So this made me like this developed me in a certain way. And when I got the black belt, as I told you, after the competition in Fujairah, 1 month later, I think, yeah, I competed for the national team qualifications. I fought 3 games and I won. And by the end of 2015, by the end of 2015, I fought. We went to Korea.
Right.
We had the World Championship. That
Is the World Championship? Sorry, because like for
Yeah.
example, like in football, the World Cup is the alpha, right? There's the Olympics, it's fun,
Yeah.
but there's the alpha. What is it in Taekwondo and or essentially just was the World Championship like that for you?
Yeah, it was the World Championship. You know, if you get the gold, you're gonna be a world champion.
Right.
It is, the thought of that is just insane.
I think it's the second biggest, right after the Olympics.
After the Olympics and
the World
after the Asian
Championships.
Games, yeah, those are the powerful spots,
Yeah.
like for us as athletes, specifically in Taekwondo.
And they help you qualify for the Olympics as well, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
The problem is I lost to the Korean player. The same girl, she got the gold in my category, in my weight category, and I remember that it was really close, like 2 points difference.
Okay.
But that competition, it just like ignited something in me, you know. I did not understand what is really what Taekwondo really is, and I remember telling my coach that I want more, like I want more competitions. And I knew that I finished my cadet category.
Right.
I did not fight in that category as much as I did in my juniors and seniors, but the second year also, junior category qualification in the Jordan qualification and national team for 3 years, from 2016 to 2018.
Do you think what your coach did smart with that 1 year to get you into a black belt that fast by skipping maybe some fundamentals drills or important tests you needed? Or probably if you would have taken your time, you would have been more fundamentally sound as a fighter? What do you think?
I think what he did is really smart, honestly.
Okay.
Because as I told you, I had 1 year left. Like I was like 14 years old. Like if I skip this year, I'm not gonna be able to fight in the cadet category. So he already saw that I was like, my foundation is already good, out of nowhere.
He saw the potential, basically.
Of course, he saw the potential,
Okay.
and he was like fast. We want to get you to the black belt. I know you're capable, and I used to play. He used to get me in competitions, normal competitions in Jordan,
Right.
that the clubs host or something, and I used to win every single time, like gold
Wow.
after gold after gold.
How did you pick it up so fast? Like, what made you
I
pick
don't
it up so quickly?
I do not know.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And usually to go to a black belt, how long does it usually take? Like, what's the process?
Like
is it a year or 2 years?
Like a year and a half.
Year and a half.
Yeah, but it took me about a year because I used like every single test you have a score in
Right,
the clubs.
right.
Like if you pass the let's say 85 score, you're gonna jump 2 belts. So I used to jump belts always, you know.
So that's how it works.
Yeah,
Okay.
I used to jump like
So
from
you can
green.
jump 2 belts.
Yeah, like from white, the next belt is yellow.
Yellow, right.
And then
Right.
green. And I
Right.
jumped from white to green.
Okay.
And then there's blue and brown.
Right.
From green, I jumped to brown.
Okay.
You know, that was the process.
And through all of that, you're practicing every day.
Every single day, I never skipped this session.
And who's taking you these practices?
My mom, my dad. Sometimes I remember this funny story. My dad was at work.
Okay.
He could not able to come to pick me up. I started crying on the phone. Where are you? Like, I have a training session. I'm gonna walk if I have to. I don't care. I wanna go train. So he was like, okay, go walk. And I did walk 30 minutes walk and.
That's
to
in
train.
Amman, imagine, right? People don't realize
my
like a 30-minute
goodness.
walk in Amman is a death
And I'm wearing
sentence.
the
God.
white dobok and with my
Driving.
belt and my backpack and I'm going to training. Everybody in the street is making fun of me. I don't care at this point.
Right.
I'm going to train.
And your dad and mom were fine of you going into this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's giving you that support
Yeah.
fully.
My mom's always like scared. I told Abudi before
Right.
that she could never watch me compete on TV.
I mean, you're her daughter, you know what I mean? She
But,
looks at you as a princess. She doesn't want you to get
Yeah.
hurt and things like that.
But yeah, they eventually they got used to it. So
That's so funny. So based on what you're telling me, the qualification or the typical flow is cadets, junior,
And then senior.
senior. So we know about your history with cadets, and you kind of briefly touched upon junior, but can you tell us a little bit about the competitions you did while you were a junior, if you went to a junior Olympics, what that was like for you, and if that also inspired you to be like, I want to go do a real Olympics?
yeah, so in 2017 we had the Junior Asian Championship.
Okay.
I remember that I had a very bad injury in my right knee. And I had 3 games. So if I win the first game, I'm going to get bronze. My coach was like, listen, I don't care about your injury. You're going to get the bronze medal because this is Asia Championship. Like the Asia region in Taekwondo is the most difficult. That has the toughest countries in Taekwondo.
like-
you know,
like
Iran,
Iran,
Korea, China,
Okay.
Japan,
Thailand.
those are
Yeah.
But Jordan's up there, by the way, now.
We're up there. Yeah, we're up there, of course.
just to give Jordan a lot of credit. I think you guys been phenomenal in
Thank
the
you.
past 10, 15 years.
Thank you so much.
Phenomenal for individual sport. You guys been, I mean, I think that's the only sport that we ever medaled in the Olympics ever.
She's going to be
Phenomenal.
the first female Jordanian Olympian
Inshallah.
medalist. We know that.
Inshallah. Yeah.
Well,
Sorry, we interrupted you. Continue.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So my first fight was against Thailand.
Okay.
So height is not my biggest advantage. Never. No matter
I'm
what
right there
the
with you, don't worry.
no matter what weight category I find the fight يعني
Right.
in. Height is not my biggest advantage. Mind you, I'm tall. Like I'm not that
I was
short.
just going to say that. You're not
Yeah,
a small
I'm not that
girl.
short. But you know, Thailand, China, they're unbelievably tall. I don't know what they eat. Is it something in the food? I don't know. They're really tall. So my first fight was against Thailand. This girl, her legs, like I saw her match before with my coach. I was like, what is this? Like her leg is uncontrollable, you know?
Wow.
I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna win. So I won the first round, a point gap.
So, is it 9 or 12?
It's a 12-point difference. So
Okay.
if in the round, if you have a 12-point difference, it's
over.
Yeah, it's over. Mind you, in 2017, we did not have the same rules now. I'm going to tell you about it. But now we have the best of 3. So you fight the first round. If you win the first round and the second round, you won.
So you got to win 2 out of 3.
Yep. If you win the first, lose the second.
Tiebreaker.
Yep. Yeah, you're going to
Correct.
play the third
Okay.
round. In 2017, this rule wasn't, like, it did not exist. So I fought the first round. So the second round is still 12-0. And she started getting points. And eventually I won. And I won the bronze medal. But I remember that I could not complete. I couldn't compete in the semifinals because of my injury. Yeah, of my knee injury.
Oh, wow. So you fought through just to make sure you medaled. And then once you did, you realized, okay, I've
Yeah.
at least gotten that far in
Yeah.
terms of like points for qualification, for example.
I fought the first round. And then I looked at my coach. I was like,
Done.
Your
That's-
knee.
that's it.
What was wrong with your knee? Meniscus?
I think no. I think some tears, not in the MCL, but I think the fascia of the MCL. Yeah.
ACL? Could it
MCL.
Be? MCL.
Yeah.
Oof, okay. And that kept you out of the competition.
Yeah.
Wow. That's tough right there.
It's crazy. I want to question I think I know the answer, but to clarify for people who are going to watch, in today's format with the three rounds, if you win the first one 12-0 point gap,
Yeah.
and then you lose the second one 10-9 and the third one 10-9, you still lose the match, right? Even though overall points you've done a lot more.
That what happened with me at the Olympics.
Okay.
It's we're gonna get to that,
get
but,
to it, but yeah.
if you win, let's say for example 100-0, okay, in the first round, that's not possibly.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
Yeah, for example.
The next round is you're gonna enter 0-0, you know, and then you're gonna pick up points all over again. It doesn't matter if
Okay.
you've won 10-0 or whatever in the first round. You're gonna the next round if you win 1-0 and the
Right.
next round 1-0, you won.
So you might be biased about this because you just referenced the fact, and we'll get to it, that, you know, in the Olympics this kind of screwed you. But as an athlete, as a Taekwondo athlete, what do you think is more fair? What do you think is more representative of winning a fight?
I do not think that this is fair.
What's,
Because
which one? The old rule or the new rule?
This
You don't like the new rule?
No, because
Interesting.
also if the last round finishes 0-0, let's say for example, who's gonna win? So what happens is,
I thought you keep going to somebody score a point, right?
no. What happens is, you know how we have the electronic system?
Correct.
We also wear the electronic socks. So we have a certain hit point to each weight category. So let's say, for example, I play minus 73 kilograms.
Okay.
And my hit point, in the electronic system is 24. So if I hit here at the Hogo and it reaches 23, it's not going to score. But it's going to put on the screen like one hit. 2 hits, but it's not gonna make you score.
Oh, so
if
it's
you
not
reach
gonna give
24 and above, you're gonna score. So it's gonna be 2, 4, 6. You know, that itself, it's not fair for me, because what if she hits more than me? Like if she got 6 hits and I got 5 hits, she's gonna win.
More. Oh.
And also, if we got the same hits, mind you, if we got the same hits like 6-6 and the time is done, we're done. The referees, they all 3 referees, they stand and they decide who's gonna win. They either do this or they either do.
No objective. It's crazy when you think about it, Sam. If you're playing a basketball game and you win the first half by 50 and you lose the third quarter by 1 and the fourth quarter by 1, you still win the game by 48 points.
It's not
It
fair.
doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen.
It's not fair. To me, I really hate this new rules.
So why did they change it, you believe? Because I'm sure you guys dove into it and understood why they made the change.
Honestly, I think they changed it because they wanted to make Taekwondo more entertaining. I don't know if it wasn't. I feel like it was.
Right.
But they wanted to make it more entertaining and more understandable for people. I think they did not.
You mentioned that the Asian Games are probably one of the toughest just because of the Eastern Asian teams.
Yeah.
Do you feel as a Jordanian athlete, do you get a fair chance to compete against them? Do you feel like you get what you need out of your training to go compete against China, Japan, Korea? And I want you to be transparent and honest with
of course. To be honest with you, in the past, no. No, if we have a fight against Korea, we're done. We're screwed, for example. If we have a fight against China, like the odds are going to be in favor for them.
Man and women, or just women?
Man and women.
Because of their preparation, right? Because what they get.
Of course.
Okay.
But also part of our preparation methods, because back in the days, we used to, let's say in 2016, 2017, we used to be in the national team, play this competition, and then just go home. There's no, you're going to be consistent in training all the time.
Okay.
But now, from 2018 and until now, we're part of the national team. You don't go train in your clubs anymore. You're committed to the national team. You train every single day with the national team.
Wow, okay.
That developed us in some way.
It's different than
That
what
made
Amar
the
Ismail
difference.
was telling me, because he still does a lot of training for his kid. He's younger. I think he's 18 or 19.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't he young?
I
should
think
know.
he's
He's
20.
a friend of mine.
I
Or
don't
maybe,
know. Yeah.
maybe a bit younger than you.
Yeah.
But I know that he does a lot of training with Fujita camps and stuff like that. So, and maybe that's a function of Palestine not necessarily having a national
that's
team.
why, because he lives aslan already in Sharjah,
In Dubai.
in Dubai. and that's why he has to train there.
Okay.
But if there's a national team or
Right.
something, also it's different from country to country. Let's say, for example, Canada. You know how it's a huge country.
Right.
So every single athlete, they don't, if they're in the national team, but they don't see each other only on traveling days, only in competition.
Right.
Each one of them trains in their
state
separately, of
because they
course.
live in different cities.
Of course.
And
And
in that sense, that's a benefit for you guys, because when I hear you talk about it before, and when I hear Zaid talk about it in the episode, there's a lot of pride you guys have in being like this family together. You and
course.
Zaid and Lana Jordan and your coach Fatis, I believe is the
Right.
name. So in some regards, that's probably a bit of a benefit, and it adds to the experience, no?
Of course. As Zaid told you before, I watched the episode. We're not teammates at this point. We're a family, honestly.
I love it.
I mean, we're 24/7 with each other. We see each other more than we see our families. You know, we travel all the time, and that created this kind of like friendship that developed into being like a family or something. We truly care for each other.
You know what I'm going to give credit to? I think it was in 2018 it happened, right? When JOC, the Olympic Committee, opened that new center.
Yeah.
I think that made
A huge
difference for you
Of
guys,
course.
especially for individual athletes like you guys.
Of course.
And I think at the time it was Nasser Majali was in place, and by them transforming that whole arena into a performance center,
Yeah.
this is why we have so many amazing athletes now, and that's why they're all as a family and they have a place to train every day.
Of course.
Okay, so 2018, this change happens. 2020, Saleh goes and wins a silver medal. So now we can get into the Olympics a little bit. Now, obviously, I'm literally getting goosebumps talking about
Me
the
too.
fact that you were the flag bearer and that you went to an Olympics. But as we've said in Zaid's episode, there's so much that goes into that. So before we talk about the pride of lifting the Jordanian flag, can you walk us through at what point you knew you were eligible to qualify, and then what you had to do to qualify for the Olympics and not be a wild card?
Okay, so first of all, Tawjihi, those exams that we
course.
need to do in order to get to uni.
Your
here in
senior
Jordan.
year, the final test that you have to
of
take.
course.
Yeah.
In 2019, after the Youth Olympic Games, I had to stop. You know, our parents, you need to be a doctor, an engineer, you need to focus on your study, then come back to Taekwondo. I stopped for a year. Unfortunately, I failed at math. I hate math, by the way. I really do. I failed math. But then, the plan was to stop for 1 year.
You mean completely stop? No training,
No training.
nothing?
I hated the idea of this, but I
This
don't
is your
know.
dad and mom's idea.
Yeah, I had to.
Wow, even though
Yeah.
they saw how much you were enjoying it.
I just...
I get it. No, we all
Yeah,
have
you
Arab
know.
parents. We know.
Yeah.
But
I had to stop.
this is the norm in Jordan.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
not- 'cause,
of
I own
Region
SC13.
Region in general, not just Jordan.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think when it comes down to Tawjihi, what she's saying, when you have the IB system, they actually are more flexible.
More flexible, yeah.
But with the Tawjihi, they're not.
Nothing,
They're
okay.
in the house.
This I
they're
didn't
going.
know. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
actually
really
just saw one of my former athletes 2 weeks ago in the gym,
Oh, because they had exams like a month
and
ago.
I was shocked. I didn't recognize her. She gained so much weight, and I'm like, "What's going on?" Tawjihi, and I just been stuck at home
Yeah.
studying, and I'm like, "But look at yourself.
Yeah.
What is going on?"
That happened. That exactly what happened to me. Unfortunately, that was the point where I gained aslan weight in the first place.
Okay.
The plan was to stop only for 1 year,
Okay.
but then Corona came in 2020.
Oof.
You know what? Those 2 years literally broke me into a million pieces. I hated it so much to the point where sometimes in Corona, lockdown, everything.
Of course.
I go up to السيلينج يعني السطح فوق.
Right, to the rooftop.
The rooftop,
Yeah,
yeah.
to the rooftop. I start train, whatever. I jump ropes, whatever. Just
Bravo.
I want to move.
Right.
And yeah, eventually the 1 year turned into 2 years, and then in 2021 I came back to the national team.
And I feel like 2 years without competing in the ring can really mess up your
course.
your flow, right? Because it's not one of those sports where you can do it alone. I think you need that practice in the gym.
I need partners,
Exactly.
of course.
Yeah.
So that's when the Olympics got postponed from
Right.
2020 to 2021. And Salih and Juliana were preparing, also Zaid Al-Halwani were preparing for the Tokyo Olympic Games. I did not get chosen to participate at the Olympic qualifications. Obviously, I was not ready. I stopped for 2 years. I was not ready. And me from the inside, I knew that I was not going to get chosen because I'm not ready.
Right.
Do you feel like, looking back, silly question, but no COVID and no exam, at that age of 21, do you think you would have been good enough to qualify?
Yeah. If I continued, I would have qualified.
Wow.
بس يعني
But you said it broke you.
it broke
those
me.
2 years.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit more? Tell me more. How did it break you
Yeah.
mentally? And did it make you get frustrated with your parents and the school system? That first you had to take a year off because of the tawjihi, the
Yeah.
bullshit system that we have in
Yeah.
place. And then, of course, COVID, you can't control that.
Yeah.
Did you feel like, I can't believe my parents made me take a year off, and now it's turning 2 years?
Yeah, we had a lot of fights. Yeah, a lot of fights every
imagine.
single day. I was already frustrated. I wanted to train. It was really tough, to be honest, and I was gaining weight. But at that time, I wanted to like go on a diet, and I reached 67 kilograms. I did good. I did really good, and then I came back to, I participated at the Olympic national team qualifications, and I went back to the national team. So that was a bit of a relief,
Right.
you know. And also, but there's this part of me that was devastated to know that I'm not going to be chosen to participate at the 2020 Olympic Games in Tokyo. But I remember telling myself that I'm going to be there in 2024. It's not an option anymore. I'm going to be there at the 2024 Olympic Games.
Wow.
Alhamdulillah.
You and Zaid had
qualified.
very similar responses to adversity, right? Sometimes it can break you, and you said the words broke you, but I feel like it added just a bit more fuel to the fire. If anything, right?
Yeah, it lit something inside of me. You
So
know?
that was your goal. You're like, I'm going to be there in 2024.
I'm going to be there in 2024. And when I saw the happiness on Juliana and Saleh faces when they qualified, because mind you, they qualified by the Olympic qualification, like the competition.
Right.
In 2024, they qualified by the ranking, so it's even a huger deal.
Right.
So when I saw how happy they were, and I sensed that feeling, like I want to feel the same.
Right.
Like, I want to feel this, you know? So yeah, it kind of lit us something inside of me, and they inspired me to...
So we need to know
Oof.
now, from 2021 until the moment you got the phone call saying you're going to carry the flag, what you put yourself through.
Okay, so in 2021, obviously it was like the Olympic year, so we did not get much of a competition. In February, I remember that I got Arab champion. I was
Okay.
Arab champion. I got the gold.
Is that your first goal? First gold, sorry.
With the national team when I
Yes.
came back in seniors, yes.
Okay.
And
Who did you beat?
yeah, it's Arab championship. So I fought against Morocco, Egypt.
In the championship, who did you beat?
Yeah.
To gain the gold. You fight all three of them to get...
Yeah. In the same day.
Oh, wow.
Taekwondo, by the way, even in the Olympics, it's all the same day. So Zaid,
Yeah.
when he
Wow.
got silver, he fought 5 times in the same
Yeah,
day.
sometimes
Wow.
you have 6 fights. You're gonna fight 6 fights in the same
It's
day.
absurd.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. So
So conditioning's a huge part of Taekwondo.
Right,
course.
right. And each match will take about, what, roughly 10 minutes?
no.
Each
Okay.
round is 4 to 6.
Each round is 2 minutes. Each round
Each
is 2
round,
minutes.
okay. So you're looking at about
So you're
6
competing
max.
about 6 minutes. But if you're gonna look at it with the video replays, if the coach is gonna say something with the pod, it's gonna take about 10 minutes in
Okay,
total.
cool.
But you fight 2 minutes.
Okay.
So yeah, in 2022 also, the next year I was Arab champion. I fought the same thing. Like every single year there's this competition. So now I'm 4 times Arab champion.
So when you won in 2021 and 2022, did that automatically qualify you as like the Arab person, or did you still decline the rankings more?
You mean in the
For
specific?
the Olympics, like as you're winning these Arab championships, is it
Yeah.
getting you closer to being automatically qualified?
I'm getting closer.
Okay.
Because we have points in each competition.
Yes.
So maybe sometimes this competition is ranked G1. So this means that if you get gold, you're gonna get 10 points. If it's G2, if you get gold, you're gonna get 20 points, and
Okay.
so on. So the Olympics was G20, I think. So it's about 200 points.
So it's not it's not like okay,
Doesn't
Rama has
qualify
this
her,
versus
yeah.
this person has this. It's like 200 is the bare minimum and you qualify. There's a threshold essentially.
Yeah, there's this points. Like
Okay.
if you get higher in points, you're gonna get higher in your ranking. So it's a
Okay.
huge possibility for you to qualify to the Olympics.
So that's how they pick the athletes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, in 2022 there was a lot of competitions. I used to get bronze, silver, gold.
I mean, I have here. I'm gonna show it to the camera.
So
I'm not gonna read all of them out because I can't. But there's maybe 15 different medals she won here in the span of 2018 until 2024.
Phenomenal.
And you went to Serbia, China, Iran, Man, I mean, you
Here,
did
yeah.
the work.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Beirut
2022 Arab Championship. Sorry.
Yeah,
Continue.
and I got bronze at the Islamic Solidarity Games. Also, we had World Championship in 2022, and also because my ranking started to get up,
Right.
I qualified for the Grand Prix series, which
Okay,
is
I was about to ask. This is what
Yeah.
Zaid said is like the
This
cream of
is-
the cream.
this competition is it's like a preparation for the Olympics.
Okay.
Because it's the best 32 Olympic
Athletes.
in the world, the best athletes in the world, and there's this Grand Prix final which only the best 16 in the
Yes.
world.
Wow.
So it really puts you in this Olympic mood, you know,
Right,
and you're
right.
gonna also the people who you're gonna fight in the Grand Prix series are most likely the same people you're gonna fight at the
In the
Olympics.
Olympics. So you're going to see them anyways.
Of course.
Did you handle it? Sorry, I know you're about to ask a
Right,
question.
go ahead.
Because there's two ways to respond to that invitation. It's holy shit, like this is scary and there's a lot of pressure, or it's validation that all right, I'm where I'm supposed to be. What was your honest initial reaction?
I was happy because I used to watch. I used to watch this specific competition on TV on YouTube live,
Yeah.
Okay.
and when I was part of this, and I finally became like part of this competition, I was thrilled. To be honest, that was a great for me. That was a great accomplishment to come back after those 2 years that I spent at home, and immediately I got my ranking back. So it was a huge deal for me.
You know what? I'm very, very impressed for a small country like Jordan,
Yeah,
for us to compete at such a high level
yeah,
at these competitions.
yeah.
And my question to you, what was it? Was it more meaningful when you qualified or when you actually competed in the Olympics?
When I qualified.
Okay, tell me about it.
Okay, so because behind the qualifications is a really like a tough story because in 2023, that year was really tough for me, to be honest. You know how you feel sometimes like you're not good enough,
Right.
or you, like no matter what you do, no matter what you train, nothing, you just
You hit a ceiling, maybe.
I don't
There's
know what was
something,
wrong.
yeah.
There's something that kept me from getting a medal every single time. That year we had World Championship. I lost to the bronze medal contest with a like a very tiny difference against the world champion, the girl from France that got the gold in the same day.
Right.
Very tiny difference. Also, Asian Games, I lost against China. Also, very little difference against the girl who got the gold. So I was like, there's something wrong. I don't know what was it, but I sensed that there was something wrong. And also, at some point I wanted to stop. I wanted to quit.
Wow.
Yeah, I did not want to continue, even though I knew I have the Olympic qualifications next year.
Wow.
I wanted to give
You're
up.
ready to throw it all away.
I don't know when I think like when you say it that way, it's silly.
Right.
But
Not silly at all because
I
athletes go
didn't-
through a lot of stuff
yeah,
like that.
I did not want to continue. Literally, I even texted Saeed one time. I told him, I'm not motivated at this point. I'm just disciplined. I do not skip training. I never skip training. My social life, I forgot the faces of my friends, my
Right.
family. Literally, I'm not even joking. Because I never skip training. I'm traveling all the time. I'm away from my family, everything. University. I texted him. I was like, I'm not motivated at this point. I'm just disciplined. I'm consistent.
You fell out of love with the sport, essentially.
At some point, yeah, I fell out of love with the sport. I never thought it would happen, but it did.
Okay.
And I remember telling myself, I sat down with myself and I said, listen, just one last shot, one last try. Let's give the Olympic qualifications one last try.
Right.
And if you qualify, then it is what it is. You're going to
Awesome.
continue.
When you say you fell out of love and you're ready to walk away from it and throw it all away, a lot of us athletes, we go through these moments.
Yeah.
And it really checks our soul. Who helped you during these moments? Was it family or was it a mental coach? Or did you help yourself get out of this dark cave that you were in?
There's like multiple factors, you know.
Okay.
First of all, I do not talk with my family about this specific stuff because I don't want them to feel like they pressured me into doing something or they're putting so much pressure on me. So I keep those things to myself. But there's one specific person that like had a huge impact on me, to be honest. Maybe she doesn't know it yet, but she is. You know Juliana Sadiq, my friend?
I've heard of her, but I
Yeah.
don't know her personally.
She's the best Arab athlete out there.
Right.
She got to a point where she's #1 ranked in the world. She's incredible. She's one of the few people that really believed in me. you know, and she helped me through a lot. Like, I love this girl so much. She's not even my teammate at this point. She's my sister.
Wow.
She, like, when I saw, like, the way, you know, how people see, they don't see what's happening behind the scenes. They only see the accomplishments, the medals, everything. Because I'm so close to her, I saw everything, the injuries, the obstacles she overcame, every single thing. In some way, and I saw, like, that's the most important part. I saw how strong mentally she is, mashallah. So when I saw this, like, I wanted to be like her. I want to achieve things like her in competitions. So the beautiful part about this, that she did not keep the strength for herself, you know. She has always been there. And when I was in 2023, those dark, like, moments in my life, I told her I don't want to continue. And she also convinced me, like, just one last shot. It's the Olympic qualifications. Like, are you kidding me? Are you insane? One last shot, and you're gonna if you don't qualify, just leave.
Right.
As if she sensed that I'm going to qualify, you know.
Or even if she knew that, you know, just getting you back in the ring one more time
Yeah,
to get you over the line.
and also Dr. Saeed took a huge part in this, because I realized maybe the mental part was missing, the mental preparation part was missing, because I was scared of losing so much, to the point where I pressured myself, like, I don't want to lose. This competition is really important, and this loaded so much pressure on me, to the point where I eventually lost. So part of the mental preparation that I did before the Olympic qualifications, I used to write notes every single where, on my phone, on my iPad, sticky notes on the wall of my room. I wrote, I'm going to qualify to the Olympics. I'm going to qualify to the Olympics. Every single chance I get, I write it down.
Wow.
You know, we have board at the gym. The coach just writes down the training.
Right.
I erase it, and I wrote, Rama was here. I'm going to qualify to the Olympics.
Yo, this is
That's incredible.
unbelievable for you.
Yeah, it's
To manifest this and make it happen.
Yeah.
But you touch on something that I just experienced.
Yeah, what is it?
When you said you were scared of losing,
Yeah.
you had a fear of losing,
Yeah.
and you didn't know how to deal with it because you didn't have the mental, I don't want to call it toughness, training to overcome that.
Yeah.
And I think I faced that as the head coach of the U19 national team in the World Cup.
You got a lot of shit for what happened.
I haven't been around kids at a high level in a while, and I was around them at the highest level and speaking to them prior to the games. I saw the fear, and I saw
Of
that I didn't know
losing.
how to deal with it.
Yeah.
And whatever I was able to do for them, it wasn't enough at that moment, because the mental preparation starts prior to that. And when they opened up to me about it, it was too late.
Yeah.
It was 2 hours for the game. It was an hour for the
So
game.
do you feel like you could have given them an environment leading up to the tournament saying, hey, you guys are now playing against, so for context, Sam's Jordanian team, I'm sure you know,
Yeah.
played against Team USA, which is 1 through 12, they're all going to be NBA players.
Yeah.
Okay, so for these Jordanian kids, it's an experience they probably
It's a
will never
lifetime
get again.
experience.
It's a lifetime experience,
Yeah.
right? So my question to you, Sam, then becomes, do you feel like you should have given more space in practice, after practice, on bus rides, on the way there, for them to have these kind of conversations with you?
I think I would appreciate it them if they would have came out and talked to me about it more often. We talked about everything. That is the only thing we did not talk about is
Yeah.
their mental
Fear
that they have. So I always say there's fear and there's nervousness.
Yeah.
Nervousness is normal.
Yeah.
Everybody, we all have butterflies.
Of course.
But once the ball goes up, once the match starts, life goes on.
Yeah.
Fear, now we have a problem.
Of course.
Now you're making your opponent become something bigger than who you really are.
course.
Oh, and they
So
can
you're
sniff
already
it.
losing the war.
Of course
And
they
they
can,
can
yeah.
sniff
Right.
Yeah.
So now they're going into this game with a fear. It don't matter who they're playing, because we're at the World Cup. Every team is there. It's way better than us. So now they're at a place. We already lost the game by
Yeah,
the word when they
before
said,
even-
"I'm scared to play this
Yeah.
game. I have a fear."
Yeah.
Nothing against them,
Yeah.
but nobody prepped them up to that point. And our preparation was such a small period. What are you going to focus on? But if I would have known that, for sure I would have had a
Yeah.
Coach Saeed or somebody to come and help him in that aspect, because that was a struggle. I'm telling you.
Of course, it's tough.
So you shared that. Thank you for sharing that, by the way. So Sam has gotten a lot of shit in the media for it and hasn't spoken about it recently. So I'm glad that you found the place to do it here. Honestly,
Well, I mean, it was definitely an experience, a lot of learning. I was happy to be able to see some of the athletes that I'm very close to at that level.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Now you get to know them more. Now you get to understand Jordanian athletes more.
of course.
I mean, even yesterday when I was before the SC13 game, when I was in your office chilling with Jude and Lily, and I see these 3 jerseys on the wall and the 3 kids who've now become young men, I remember them like that. So I can't even imagine what it's like for you to know you trained them at like 12 and they're now putting Jordan on their chest and they're representing it at the highest
And remember,
level.
she said people like the fans and everybody seeing from the outside, they just see the performance.
Yep.
They don't understand what goes on in the locker room,
No,
in the hotel,
nothing.
the night before. Like if they
It's
understood-
almost like as soon as you qualified for the under-19 World Cup, people forgot that like tiny little Jordan probably shouldn't even be there when it comes to basketball at the World Cup, right?
Yeah.
So all the work that you helped put these kids in over the years, building SC13 from when you rented the court to now you own the court, all these things you've done, people forget about that.
That's why I asked her, how do you feel when you go compete against these big countries?
Yeah.
Because I'm Jordan. I love Jordan, nothing against Jordan. But you're going against China, where they breed gold medalists.
Yeah.
That's what they do for a living.
Yeah, of course.
He's 4 years old. He's that good. Bring him.
Of
Take
course,
him.
yeah.
They breed
Yeah.
gold Olympian. You know what I mean? That's what they do. So
They got
how,
about 200 and something
Last
gold
year.
medals at the
So
Olympics.
how
That's
is Rama
insane.
going into this competition? What's her mindset? I'm facing China. How do you deal with it?
You know, one of the things Said told me is at the end, the face, the country, it does not matter at this point. You're only playing against a head guard and like the hogo, we call it the chest protector.
Right.
This doesn't matter. The country, it doesn't matter. You have 2 legs. She has 2 legs. This is literally, if you want to think about it. And you're as good as she is. She like we almost at this point we now train the same. And I know I said that this new rules that I do not like, but sometimes it brought everybody to the same level.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
It's in some way it did brought everybody to the same level. So now
Creates upsets now.
of course. For example, India, they did not had even the tiniest chance to get medals at world competitions. Now they get bronze, silver medals at the World Championship, Asia Championship. So the bar has raised, you know. So
anybody can win now.
anybody.
So let's go into that, right? So you had this moment that you candidly opened up about kind of not being sure about your future in the sport. And then Juliana kind of helps you through this moment and you begin to start focusing on Olympic qualifications. What happened in that year as you led up to qualification? And then I also want to know about the actual moment of flag bearing, because for me, the Paris Olympics flag bearing moment where it's raining and the boats are going through the sun, it's beautiful, right? It's actually iconic. LeBron and Simone Biles and stuff like that on Team USA. So for you also, please tell us about that experience.
So after I qualified to the Olympics, which was an incredible feeling, like I remember that I did not stop crying day. I did not stop crying. Like that moment made me realize that dreams, they do come true.
Wow.
You know, eventually.
Was it one fight that you won that got you there, or was it kind of this like this person lost and this person won, so your point total wasn't enough? Like, how does that...
the Olympic qualifications is kind of different because you go into that competition, you know who you're gonna fight. Because of the rankings. You know, I was ranked number 1. The girl I fought number 2, and I fought two fights. So the first one is not gonna matter. It's just because of the draw. The next fight is the most important fight. And there was like this part of me that knew that I was going to qualify. I was relaxed. I never in my life I was this relaxed in a competition, I swear to God. And at something felt that this is my day. I'm going to qualify to the Olympics. So when I won, it felt incredible. Everybody was calling me. Juliana called me.
Wow.
She was crying. I was crying. Everybody's crying.
What was the first thing you did when you qualified?
Cry.
Cry, yeah.
And then,
in China,
Yeah,
it took place
now
in
you
China.
realize I qualified. What did you do? What's the first thing? Did you go grab your phone? Did you go hug your teammates?
You know what I did? I bought a huge pint of ice cream, and I sat. I swear to God.
That's what I'm talking about. I love ice cream.
I swear to God, and I sat in my
That's
room.
celebration right there.
Open my stories. Everybody's mentioning me. I don't want to look at nothing. Just leave me to relax.
You have ice cream there.
Leave me to relax, please. I called my mom.
Yeah.
She was also crying. I was like, when you finish crying, just call me. I don't want to cry anymore. Just please stop.
I want to celebrate this.
I want to celebrate. I sat down. I remember that I was bruised everywhere. This finger was swollen this much. Everything. I sat there. I took a shower. I sat there, and it was the greatest moment of my life.
I'm so proud of you. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
And I did not realize it at this moment, but there was something that texted me. How do you feel when you're the first Jordanian that qualified to both the Youth Olympic Games and the normal Olympic Games? Wow. I was like, am I the first one? He was like, yeah. I was like, okay.
We didn't even
that felt good now. Okay.
So, I love it.
Yeah.
How did the flag bearer come along?
Yeah.
How did you find out?
So we had this meeting before with the Olympic Committee. Before, obviously, they gathered all the athletes, the coaches, everything, the medical team. And they started to show us what we're going to wear, how's the Olympic Village going to look like, look, those details.
Right.
And I did not know that they're going to choose me to be the flag bearer. So I was sitting like in the third row, and Saleh was next to me. And I remember that they're going to announce now. So in my head, I'm saying, of course it's going to be Juliana. I love that it's going to be Juliana, don't get me wrong. I'm so her success is my success. Mm-hmm. So I was like, it's going to be Juliana. I was like on my phone, and I'm ready. I went to take a picture because it's Juliana. And then they said, Rama and Saleh. I was like, me, Rama?
No way.
Yeah, I was like, me, Rama? Are you sure there's no other Rama in the room? And I was so happy. That filled me with such a pride. It's an honor to represent my country in such a huge stage. You know, it's the Olympics. Yeah. And when you talked about the rain and we were wearing, الثوب هذا, our traditional clothes. And me and Saleh were holding the flag, and the team were behind us. And out of the sudden, it started raining, and my hair got all wet, and the flag got so heavy because you cannot hold it with it's like this, and the flags keep pushing. It was so funny. It was so funny. In other teams, USA, they had their own boat.
Yes,
it's a yacht at this point.
Exactly.
How many athletes do you guys have? Wow. It's insane. And our boat was Jordan, Kazakhstan, and I believe other country. I forgot, but it was. That's
a lifetime experience.
It was a great experience.
Imagine you're gonna be talking about this for years.
Yeah. And
but what I like about you, and we spoke about this when we had coffee, is yes, there was excitement to go there. Yes, there was this overwhelming pride of a goal being achieved, but not the goal, right? Yeah. So you're not one of these athletes, and a lot of times, and I've said this maybe 12 times, and I'll keep repeating it on our show, is that with Arab athletes, people think, or especially Palestinian Jordanians, okay, you qualified, good for you. But you got there and you were the flag bearer, but you also knew I'm here to win, right? And I want to do something. And you did go, and you did win your first fight. So can you talk to us about knowing that all this time you put in there, it's very easy to get complacent and maybe think I've gotten here, but to maintain that mental focus and to go win your first fight at the Olympics, what was that like?
Okay, so first of all, when we got chosen to be the flag bearers, on Twitter, I saw this post on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. There was comments that said, how are you going to let a girl carry the flag of Jordan? Wow. That was the first comment.
Hold up. Wow. This comment came from out of Jordan?
Yeah. It was in Arabic, Aslam.
Interesting.
Why wouldn't you let
a male?
I'm not gonna say the name, the famous football player here in our national team. Why wouldn't he come and carry the flag? I was like, he's not even going to the Olympics. Are you kidding me?
Ignorant.
Yeah. She's not even that successful. Why would you let her carry the flag? All of those kind of mean comments. At first, it got to me, but then I realized, no offense, I'm not being mean or something, but those people, they understand nothing about the sport. They don't even understand what Olympics really means, Right. So I didn't.
Some dude sitting typing. That's
it. If you're gonna look at him, he's about 120 pounds. He does nothing. Yeah, I mean, what are you all about?
Did it bother you, the sexist of it, or just the comment of it? Did it bother you just because both?
Yeah,
okay.
Both. It really did. It bothered me.
Right.
So, and I sensed also people around me, not like the people I love, not my friends, but in general, I sense that they not like few people believed in me. You know, like she's gonna just go in there and lose from the first match. She's just
But
like,
okay, she got there. Like,
she
you
got
know.
there. Congratulations for qualifications. That pissed me off.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I'm not there just to participate, bro. Come on. I'm going to win. It's like it's not an option for me. I'm not there to participate.
Right, right.
Even though I did not get a medal, but I fought with such like my performance. Everybody was shocked. I was so relaxed. Juliana told me, she was like, "Listen, you have no pressure, nothing to worry about, no expectations, nothing. Nobody's expecting something from you, so that's good. You have no pressure. Go in there, enjoy everything." So that's what I did. When I first, my first match was against Morocco. She has a gold at the Youth Olympic Games. She's African champion. She's really good. I won that match, sorry, and then I had to fight against the Turkish player. So mind you, this girl is ranked number 1. Like on the draw at the Olympics, she's ranked number 1.
Wow, for your weight class, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
for my weight class, and she's double world champion. She even got bronze at Paris.
Wow.
She's European champion. She has medal at the Grand Prix series. She's good. That did
Just
not.
good,
She's
though.
good. Yeah, I gotta admit it. She's good.
Let it be modest.
No, I love that though. Good, because like you and I are the same. When you see someone who's getting buckets, like, yeah, he's all right. He's all right. You know, like,
She's good. Okay, but that did not affect me, not a bit. I love to fight against like successful players. That
course.
brings the best out of me. You know, so I go in there. You know how she's confident, she's cocky, she's number 1.
Right.
She's ranked number 1.
She probably looking, I'm playing somebody from Jordan. I got this.
Of course.
She
Me
did.
and my coach, we studied her. We realized that she's not that good in attacking. And my offense is really good. So if you're going to attack, you're going to get points. So that's what we did in the first round.
You had a game plan.
Yeah, we did the exact same thing. She was really aggressive. She, like, as you said, a girl from Jordan ranked number 9, I'm going to win easily.
Right.
And she attacked she was really aggressive.
Okay.
Every single time she attacks, I get point. I hit her in the head. Until we reached 7-1.
For you.
For me. The round finishes.
Wow.
Okay? So we go to the next round. She did not do anything. Okay? She stayed still. She was really defensive. You know, mind you, this girl is about 185 centimeters tall. She's really tall, 190 centimeters. And she was just leaning back, protecting her head, holding the protection, I swear to God, just like this, and just blocking my kicks. Whenever I kick, she just blocks my kicks. And I was like, girl, what is happening? Just attack me. This is not what I planned for. And it finishes 1-0.
No way.
She won. She won that round because
Right.
it's 1-0.
So
Obviously,
so now it's 1-1.
now it's 1-1.
despite the fact that she won 7-1.
Despite the fact that I won 7, if you want to do the math, technically it's 7-2.
Correct.
And we go to the third round. Honestly, because I kept attacking the second round, like, I was aggressive. I wanted to get points. I got
Fatigue.
Yeah, I got fatigue and the excitement and the nervousness that this is Olympic Games. There's about 7,000 people in the stadium. They're shouting. My coach is shouting. Everybody's stressed. I'm stressed. So I go in there. I try to make her come to I wanted her to make a mistake. I wanted her to attack. This girl did not move. I swear to you, she did not move.
Oh, wow.
Not a bit. And I kept attacking to the point where I can't do this anymore.
Exhausted.
And guess
1-0 in the third round.
0-0. She got 3 hits and I got 2 hits.
Oh, no way. Hold
That's
up.
how you lost.
So it was 0-0. Now it's like a draw, but now they see how many kicks. She has 3, you have 2. Automatically you lose. 3-2.
That's how you lost.
That's how I lost.
No way.
That's
That's some
how I
bullshit.
lost.
Which is crazy because the score is still 7-2.
If you want to do
Right.
the math, I'm technically, I won. If
So
you wanna do
now
the
I
math.
understand why you're against the system, by the way.
Yeah.
It does not make sense, but upsets will happen that way. So that's when a small country like Jordan can actually beat somebody with this new
I mean,
system.
yeah.
But it didn't play to
worked
your
the
favor
reverse this time.
on this one.
I have a question then on this
Yeah.
though, because now I've spoken to two Taekwondo athletes on the podcast, and obviously Sam's been a part of helping me prep, so he understands this as well. I see the way you're talking about how she's like kind of defensive and she stays back, but does that not also teach you about how in the future, how to react, that when you do get a big lead, if someone's going to be defensive, then maybe you also be defensive and you say, listen, I'm in control right now. I won the first round.
That's what I wanted to say. When I watched the game back, of course, like in the heat of the moment, you don't like find the solution instantly, which was, I don't want to say it was wrong, but I was stressed and all of those stuff, you know. But when I watched the game back, I said, oh, I could have done this. I could have just waited a bit. Maybe she could have attacked, or, you know, maybe if I get a hit and I scored like a hit, maybe she would be nervous and she wants to attack, and maybe I would have got points. But I don't know. I got nervous, you know, the heat of the moment.
I don't think it's nervous. You want me to be honest with you? Experience. She's experienced. You already spoke about her. She's
30 years old also.
And you spoke how many times she competed at that high level. This is your first Olympics. There's a lot of noise.
Yeah, of course.
So for you to block out that noise and think of game plan adjusting second round and third round, it takes experience.
Of course.
It's nothing against you. It's just experience. And she actually won that because of the experience.
That was devastating,
That's
honestly.
What it came down to, I think.
That really broke me. And getting back to where people like they talked all the shit about me, you know. I was the underdog going into that competition. I remember waking up the next day, my eyes were all swollen up from crying. I lost at the Olympics, you know. I saw this specific post on Facebook. I think he was a journalist or something. He put a picture of me crying. I was on the mat, and he wrote, we discovered a new champion, like, mark my words, she's gonna get Jordan the next Olympic medal.
Wow.
That post just ignited something in me.
That is phenomenal.
You know, and I forgot everything. I did prove people wrong in a different way. Like, I did not get a medal, but I did
You won their heart.
Yeah.
This is phenomenal, and that's what it's all about, you know what I mean? And for somebody to post such a caption about you like that and speak positively, it's phenomenal.
Not that you need the validation.
Yeah, I wanted to say this.
In Jordan, I've been seeing it in football and basketball especially. They're so negative.
Yeah.
They are so negative. Like, you can literally win today and they'll give you your flowers, and tomorrow you lose a game and it could be like a 1-point game and they'll destroy you. Like, they have no feelings. They don't understand what it means to be a fan.
And you know, if I got a medal, they would have said, yeah, I believed in you, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I knew you were.
I don't think that's what they would have said. You played somebody that wasn't good enough.
That's
it's
also,
one or two, right?
Yeah, it's one of,
No offense, but I just believe, I love my Jordanian people.
Yeah, me too. But
they're so critical of their own people.
Yeah.
And they love tearing people down. So you spoke a lot about the Olympics.
Yeah.
Tell me one thing you gained from the Olympics. It could be in sports or it could be a life experience.
Confidence.
Wow.
Okay. Powerful.
Quick answer.
Confidence.
Okay.
So you've thought about that question before?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
But now it just...
Because I believe if an athlete doesn't take anything away from a big competition like that, Olympics or the World Cup, regardless if he won, he lost. You got to gain something.
In how you performed or how you composed yourself, or both?
Both. Because the way I handled my negative thoughts, everything that was going through my head, you know, all of the negative thoughts, like how people, I don't really care what they say, honestly. I'm doing this for myself. But for the part where I don't want to prove, let's say, I don't want to let my family down, all of those negative thoughts, when I controlled that and when I realized that I can play comfortably, no pressure, that brought out the best out of me. You know, honestly, my performance was incredible.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Great work.
So with that in mind, we know that, you heard it here first, right? Rama will win a medal at the 2020.
Oh, she will.
Inshallah.
But looking into the fact that, you know, bringing it back to the beginning of the conversation, how we spoke about you all are also already exploring life outside the sport. Can you talk to us a bit about where your mind is at now in terms of preparing for the next big competition, but also enjoying the moment and enjoying this new aspect of your life when it comes to nutrition?
Yeah, so basically at the moment, we have the World Championship in October this year in China.
Where is that going to be? In China? Okay.
Yeah, so a part of me is preparing for I'm not gonna say part of me. All of it. I'm like mentally focusing literally on this competition because I don't have a medal at the World Championship, and I really love to get one, and I hope it's a gold. And also next year I graduate, so I want to, like, when I graduate, I really want to, like, just sit back for maybe like a year or something, like half a year, just to relax from all the pressure, all of the exams, everything. Just I want to relax, and I want to continue in this major. Like, I want to be, maybe I want to be for the, like, athletes nutrition. I want to be like,
That would be a dope
yeah,
thing for you.
not just for me, for every
Yeah,
single
for- yeah,
athlete,
exactly.
everything. So maybe that's where we're headed. I really want to focus right now on the World Championship, and next year, as I told you, I graduate. So
How long do you see yourself fighting for?
I feel like 2028
2028.
to
Really?
the next Olympic.
Nice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's nice. How do you get away from fighting? Like, what do you do for fun? Like, how do you just, like, check out? What's fun for you?
What's fun for me?
Yeah.
I love quality time. I really
Friends or family or both?
friends and family, both.
Okay.
Like, if I have time, just I call my friends, my loved ones, and I go, like, let's just hang out, let's just sit. We don't do
Yeah.
nothing. Like, I love.
You don't have a hobby or anything that you like to do?
Her hobby got her to the Olympics, dude. What do you mean?
I
You
love to
don't like
draw.
to just go drive around and get out of the car and stop beating people up?
No, alhamdulillah مش هيك. بس I love to draw, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, like every now and then I pick the pencil up, I just scribble things up, and
I gotta ask, Ahmad, yourself, and Zaid are three of the kindest people I think I've ever met, honestly. And
thank you.
so basketball players have like this arrogance and swag about them where a lot of their personalities also comes out on camera and stuff like that. I found that everyone, and we had a boxer on as well at one point, all of the people that participate in this violent sport that requires you essentially beating up your teammates, all of you guys have such great self-control and such great awareness and such kindness that's inherently in you. Is there something you learn in Taekwondo along the way that allows you to balance the mental side of it with the physical side of it?
I'm the type of person that gets annoyed easily. Okay, I like anything triggers me. But I realized, I learned that there's no room for mistakes in the court, in the ring. So if I control this inside and outside of like at first I controlled it inside of Taekwondo, to be honest, for the competitions, because there was, for example, this specific competition against a Korean player. She was literally holding me, clenching from the inside and just hitting me and getting points. That's a warning, and you lose the points, and you lose like you get a gum jump, which is a warning. And the referee did nothing about this. And I remember that I get so triggered that it made me lose the game. And I realized that I needed to control. I practiced the breath work, and that transformed into, like, outside of the court into the real life. So yeah, it helped me a lot.
Your mental state when you go into a fight.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you're a very sweet young lady.
Thank you so much.
Do you go in the locker room like before and you start psyching yourself out, like, I'm going to go destroy this female? Do you get into, honestly, do
No,
you really?
it's a very, it's like...
Yeah, I know. I used to think like this, honestly, but at some point I realized that this
healthy.
brought, it's not healthy.
Okay.
I go in there, I visualize the game, I breathe in, breathe out, try to control myself, and there's something that I learned, like, throughout my career. If I win against myself first, I'm gonna win the match no matter what it is. If I win here, if I control my thoughts, if I know what's controllable in the game, what's not, all those little details, if I win here, I'm gonna win the game. It doesn't matter.
What you just said sums up this whole freaking episode. That was a phenomenal message you just
Thank
said.
you.
That was unbelievable.
The only thing I want to ask before we wrap up is, you said 2028, you think, you never know, might be your last Olympics when you qualify, when you go medal. How do you feel like right now that you've had a couple years in a row, right? So you took the 2 years off in 1920, you built up, you made the last Olympics. How are you right now in terms of shape, mentality? Are you at your best? Are you coming back from an injury? Where do you feel like you're at compared to where you've been maybe in the past?
Of course, I grew so much, honestly. Like, I developed, like, mentally, physically, everything. Like, حتى technically, in form of Taekwondo, we're speaking, in sparring. Like, I'm not the best, but I'm getting better every single day. I learn something. I always tell myself, every win, every loss, every injury is gonna teach me something.
Right.
Yeah, and when I realized and accepted that losing is part of the game that you cannot escape from, that created like a whole different personality, inside and outside of the ring.
Right. So we spoke a lot about you as a fighter, and I have a question for you. I know for males it's different,
Yeah.
and for females different.
Yeah.
And your goal is 2028.
Yeah.
How does that affect your personal life and what you want to do as a Rama? Because we all know male can usually wait longer to have that relationship, to build a family.
Yeah, I know.
Rama now is putting other things on the side because her goal is to get that gold medal. Do you sometimes, does it keep you up at night? Do you think,
Yeah.
man, when am I going to start a family?
Yeah, it does, honestly.
It does.
I mean, who doesn't think of this?
Right.
In some way, like, حتى questions from, like,
The
I'm
outsider.
yeah, of the outside, you know, like, yeah, all of this, like, noise. I try to block them, but sometimes, like, they get to me.
Of course.
Because what's gonna happen? Honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. But I know, like, in this moment, I want to focus on Taekwondo because it's a huge part of me. I cannot just let it go for something else. Like, this is what matters.
And as you should, and whoever is going to be with you, he needs to be on board and know that you are coming into Rama's world, and you're coming to a person that's going to win gold soon. You know what I mean?
Inshallah, inshallah.
Rama, you know, like when your friends hype something up for you and you always know it's never going to be what you think it is. Like I got told about you and my friends sent me these voice notes about you have to get her on, and there's like this expectation, but it's like, okay, there's no way she's that great. You have far exceeded everything we expected.
Thank you.
Honestly, I can't tell you how much we enjoyed the episode.
Thank you so much.
How much we appreciate your time, how much I think people are going to learn and understand what it takes to be an elite athlete, and also try and protect your own peace as an individual as well, and that separation of identity. So I just want to say thank you. I really enjoyed this. It was a beautiful episode, and I can't wait till we release it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Amjad, for having me. I had so much fun.
I can't thank you enough. And you're probably going to get a text from us in 2028 when you do get that goal.
I'm going to be there.
We're going to be the
I
first.
don't know.
What is 2028 going to be at, by the way?
US, no?
Yeah, yes.
Ooh,
I already got invited by Amar Ismail for Palestine,
did?
so I'm
Okay.
going to be there anyway. No worries.
Inshallah, I'll be in California. That's where my family are and my parents are. So-
LA.
It's LA?
Yeah.
It's LA.
Welcome to my hood, baby.
Rama, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Rama.
guys. Thank you, guys, so
Amazing.
much.
If you made it this far, then you really are a true fan, and we appreciate you very much. But if you made it this far and you haven't subscribed,
You know what you got to do. Like, subscribe, comment, so we keep bringing you these fabulous, amazing guests.
And